Your doctor gave you a pill for your blood pressure, maybe two, and you took them every day without fail. And your numbers are still too high. Here's what nobody in that appointment told you. Blood pressure after 50 has three root causes. Most medications target just one of them. The other two, the ones quietly driving your numbers up every single day, are sitting completely untreated. And one of them happens while you're asleep. My name is Dr. Liam Green, and this channel exists for one reason: to give you the information that should have been in that appointment, but wasn't. Today I'm walking you through three things the research shows can genuinely move your blood pressure numbers, each one targeting a different root cause that medication alone doesn't fix. Stay with me through all three. Number 2 surprises almost everyone. And number 3, most people with high blood pressure have no idea it's making their numbers worse every single night. Before the three things, one idea, because without it, none of what follows will fully make sense. I call it the 3 blind spots. When you're younger, your body manages blood pressure through overlapping systems. If one slips, the others compensate. After 50, that starts to break down. 3 systems quietly fail. Your arteries lose flexibility, your food stops sending the right signals to your blood vessels, and your nights stop giving your heart the recovery time it needs. Most blood pressure pills target one narrow pathway. They don't rebuild arterial flexibility. They don't fix the food signals. They don't give you back your nights. That's why so many people end up on a second pill, then a third, not because they've failed, but because the pills were never designed to fix all 3. Before we begin, drop a comment right now. How many blood pressure medications are you currently taking? 1, 2, or more? I read every single one. We begin with something most people have never tried. Thing number 1. The exercise that beats running for blood pressure. Frank had been walking 3 miles every morning for years. Good for the heart, but his blood pressure wouldn't budge. Here's why. Walking gets your heart pumping faster, but it doesn't fix the loss of flexibility in your artery walls. That requires something different. In 2023, researchers published the largest exercise and blood pressure study ever done. 270 clinical trials, nearly 16,000 people in the British Journal of Sports Medicine. They compared every type of exercise: running, weights, cycling, high-intensity training. The winners surprised everyone. Isometric exercise, holding a position still while your muscles work underneath, reduced blood pressure nearly twice as much as running. The best single movement? The wall sit. When you hold a wall sit, your muscles press against your blood vessels. When you release, fresh blood floods through. Do that repeatedly, and your artery walls become more flexible, not chemically, physically. What to do? Find a wall, slide your back down until your thighs are parallel to the floor. Hold for 30 seconds. Rest, repeat. Build up to 2 minutes of total hold time, 3 times a week. No gym, no equipment, just you and a wall. Let's move to thing number 2, the food pattern that works like a second pill. Meet Dorothy, 71, a retired school principal, careful, someone who ate reasonably well. Grilled chicken, salads, not too much salt. She couldn't understand why her numbers stayed stubbornly high. The problem wasn't what she was cutting out, it was what she wasn't putting in. Most people think blood pressure and food means removing things: less salt, less fat. Cutting things out rarely moves the needle enough. What actually works is a specific eating pattern that actively gives your blood vessels the signals they need to relax. It's called the DASH pattern. A meta-analysis in the European Heart Journal reviewing 30 randomized controlled trials across 5,500 people found it reduced the top blood pressure number by an average of 3.2 points, enough for many people to avoid a higher dose. More fruits and vegetables. The potassium signals your vessel walls to relax. More low-fat dairy, more fish and legumes. Less processed food, not just because of salt, but because it actively blocks the signals your vessels need. A 2024 study on older adults found that even moderate adherence to this pattern, not perfect, just moderate, was independently linked to meaningfully better blood pressure control. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to shift the balance. What to do? This week, add one thing rather than removing something. A handful of berries with breakfast, a portion of fish twice a week, a small pot of low-fat yogurt after lunch. Small additions consistently shift the signals your blood vessels receive every day. Still with me? Type 3 in the comments. It tells me you're getting real value and helps this reach more people who need it. Now we get to number 3. What happens to your blood pressure while you sleep? And the one most people with high blood pressure have never been told about. Your blood pressure is supposed to drop at night by around 10 to 20%. It's your cardiovascular system taking a breath, giving your heart a chance to recover from the day. Here's what happens when your sleep is poor. That nightly dip doesn't happen. Your blood pressure stays elevated for hours while you should be recovering. Your morning reading comes in high. Your doctor adjusts the dose. Nobody asks what happened while you were asleep. A 2024 study in BMJ Open involving 250 hypertensive adults found that poor sleepers had 4.38 times higher odds of uncontrolled blood pressure than good sleepers. A separate national study of older adults aged 62 to 90 published in 2024 found clear associations between sleep quality and blood pressure across 5 years of follow-up. This isn't about sleeping longer. It's about sleeping better. The timing, the consistency, what wakes you, all things you can actually change. What to do? Pick one sleep anchor tonight, a consistent bedtime same time every night, a cooler room, and if you wake frequently, raise it with your doctor specifically as a blood pressure issue, not just a sleep complaint. That conversation could change your numbers more than your next medication review. Here's what to take away. 3 things, each fixing one blind spot your medication doesn't reach. First, the wall sit 3 times a week. Build up to 2 minutes of total hold time. It rebuilds the physical flexibility of your artery walls in a way aerobic exercise can't. Second, the dash pattern. Start by adding, not removing, 1 extra fruit portion today. More fish this week. A little low-fat dairy. Small shifts every day change the signals your blood vessels receive. Third, protect your nights. Same bedtime, consistently. A cooler room. And if your sleep is broken, raise it with your doctor as a blood pressure conversation, not an aside. Any good doctor will welcome all 3 of these. If they seem surprised, that itself tells you something. Frank made 2 changes. Wall sits 3 mornings a week. Berries and yogurt at breakfast. 8 weeks later, his systolic blood pressure had dropped 9 points. His doctor reduced his second prescription. I thought I was already doing everything. I didn't know there was still somewhere to go. That's what this is about. Not replacing your medication. It's about understanding that blood pressure after 50 has more levers than anyone showed you, and that some of those levers are entirely in your hands. Your arteries are not done adapting. Your body is still listening. Start with the wall sit tomorrow morning. That's enough. I'm Dr. Liam Green. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next one.